Hey guys, what's going on? I'm back. Hey, I wanted to come back. So I took a little bit of a hiatus, right? And I needed to. I really needed to. I needed to recalibrate and kind of get back into my zone, right? Into my zen, kind of find my zen. The reason why I say that is because if you look at some of my older videos, you can kind of tell that there's a little bit of anger, a little bit of frustration, a little bit of I just wasn't being myself. I wasn't being the true Rich that I know I am. You know what I mean? So I wanted to take some time off, recalibrate, and find that balance that I really needed, right? And a lot of it had to do with a couple aspects, right? Is that I started looking at the red pill content and looking at Corey Wayne stuff and looking at the world, right? And putting it in context for me, right? And then I added the religion component, right? I've always been a religious guy, Mexican Italian, so I'm Catholic, you know what I mean? So I grew up in that atmosphere, right? But I got away, I got a little mad, I got a little frustrated with my faith because, my dad passed away and, I lost my ex fiance, to alcoholism and stuff. She didn't die or anything, but I lost her, and then one of my best friends passed away from alcoholism. So, what I couldn't understand is, if these people are such wonderful people, and I'm such a good guy, right? Why is this shit happening to me? You know what I mean? And I get frustrated sometimes because, you know, God is only trying to do right by you. He's always trying to do right by you. And what I've realized, right, is those people aren't in my life for a reason, and that's the way you kind of have to look at life, right? Is that people come in and out of your life. I even lost a friend, just over some bullshit. And I'll talk a little bit about that when I start talking about friends. But, the thing is that, people come in and out of your life, and sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's a curse, but you have to take the best of those situations, right? And turn lemons into lemonade. You know what I mean? You have to look at it from a positive perspective and say, hey, those people contributed this to my life. I learned from it. Now I'm going to move on, kind of thing, right? So I did that. I did that over the time that I've been off a little bit. And, I see the world really differently. I mean, don't get me wrong, the red pill, red pill still resonates with me, but I'm putting it more in context, and I'm putting, I'm mixing it into a big pot, if you will, right, with religion and all these other aspects of life that I've learned and my wisdom and that sort of thing, right? And that's what I'm here to share with you. If I had kept, there's Einstein, if I had kept going with those older videos, I think it would have led me down a path that was not going to be beneficial for me or you. You know what I mean? So I really I needed to take some time off to come back and really, I really want to be value added to you guys, right? And in that state, I don't think I was being as much value as I can be now. So that's why I'm back, right? So really what I want to do is talk today a little bit about the red pill and my thoughts on the red pill and the situation with that. And like I said, the red pill, I resonated with it. I really did, because it was always the path that I wanted to go. And when I say red pill, I'm talking about the basics, right? The stuff Rollo talks about, Rollo Tomasi and those guys. I mean, the fundamentals, right? Become the best person you can be. Max out in every way possible. Become, own who you are, right? Stay in your frame. Don't let anybody knock you off your frame, right? Those types of things, right? Become the best person that you can be with regard to education, at work, whatever, you know what I mean? Max out your income. I believe in all that shit, right? All that shit that the red pill teaches you, right? To become the best person you can be, right? But I don't believe in all that. They take it a little bit too far in a lot of cases. And I can see how you can, because I was going there, right? And, a good example is Andrew Tate. This guy just took it above and beyond. And a lot of these guys think he's the fucking cat's meow. I think he's an asshole. I'm not going to lie to you. And if you like Andrew Tate, I'm sorry, you can turn this video off, whatever, right? But he is not what your dad should have taught you, right? He's just an asshole that tries to puff his chest out and tries to be this badass guy because that's what he wants you to believe, right? That's really not the way it is. A true alpha and a true leader is like the quiet samurai, right? The quiet samurai just sits there and he's the man. He's the man. But if you fuck with him, he'll seal your face. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about, right? And that's where I'm coming from, guys, is I've always been this person that I beat to my own drum. I do my own thing. I don't give a fuck about anybody else. I don't give a fuck about what people think about me. I've always been indifferent to that. I've always been indifferent to women. There's a new piece of ass every 15 minutes. There's a new bus every 15 minutes. It's not really that big of a deal. But when you find people, when you find women, when you find friends, when you find family that add value to your life, those are the people that you should be investing in, right? And that's what I'm here to teach you guys. I want you guys to pick the best people and surround yourself with the best people. And, make sure that you guys are doing exactly what you need to do and spending your time investing in the people that add value to your life and not wasting time with anybody else, right? That's what I'm promoting on this channel. And that's what I'm going to be promoting. I think I've captured that in my last videos, right? I mean, that's always been a foundation in what I've been teaching. But from this point on, there's going to be more of a balance mixed in with it, right? And I'll tell you about it, because I'm not indifferent to the people who I really care about, right? Who really put effort in me and who care about me, and that's what I want you guys to believe. And those are the things that I believe about the red pill, right? So the big thing is I want you guys to get out of this video is that be careful who you listen to, right? I'm not saying that I'm going to be the best, right? But I do have a lot of knowledge, right? And I made a decision, about a year ago not to have kids anymore, right? Because at 50, it just doesn't make sense. If I meet somebody tomorrow, I got to spend, at least 3 years vetting them. And then next thing if I get married, if I decide to get married, I'm having a kid at 55. Dude, I'm 70 years old by the time they graduate from high school. I don't want to live that life. It doesn't make sense for me, right? So I made a decision to get a vasectomy. You guys can refer to my vasectomy video, if you want. But I made a decision not to have kids anymore. I don't want that kind of life. I love my life the way it is. And that's just the way I want to be. And that's just the direction that I want to go. A lot of people don't agree with it, but I don't give a shit, right? Those are people that I don't value their opinion. I don't give a shit about what they think. I don't give a shit about what anybody thinks when it comes to my life the way I want to live it. Now, if they're living the life that you want to live, then okay, maybe you can listen to them. But if they're not, and 97% of the people out there are not living the life that you want to live, don't listen to them. Do what you want to do. You know, ever since I was 28, when are you going to have married? When are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? What's wrong with you? You want perfection. No, that is not the fucking case. Do you think anybody's actually sat me down and asked me exactly what I want out of life? No. No, I've always had a plan for my life, okay? I wanted to get married. I wanted to have kids. I wanted to do that, right? But that's built into my culture. You know what I mean? Being Mexican, if you're over 28, something's wrong with you if you're not having kids, right? I mean, Mexican families have multiple kids. You know? They don't fuck around. But I didn't want to go that route. I wanted to get my education. I wanted to become something, right? Because I saw my dad struggle through life trying to make ends meet and trying to provide for his family. I didn't want to be that guy, right? And trying to find the right woman, that's been a fucking challenge because, everybody's been all fucked up. I'm not telling you that I'm not fucked up. I've been fucked up for a long time. I told you guys my story. I dated somebody when I was 24 all the way to 28, and she fucked me up for the majority of my life. But I let her fuck me up, right? I should have kept moving. I should have just kept dating and figuring out exactly what I want. And I probably let a lot of good girls go. But you know what? I don't regret anything, man. Because my life is fucking fantastic. And the divorce rate is what? 55, 60%? I don't even know what the fuck it is. I know it's over 50% now. I'm not falling into that mess. I wasn't even married, guys. And I lost everything when I got kicked out of that house. When I moved out. It was voluntary, right? I got the fuck out because she was off her rocker. You know what I mean? I mean, she was not rational. She was drinking. She hit me. I'm not going to deal with that kind of shit. So those are the types of things that I agree with the red pill, right? Is only do what you value and stay around the people that value you. If you're at a job that doesn't value you, get another fucking job, If you're with people that don't value, get new people. I mean, that's all there is to it. Hire slow, fire fast. So these are the types of things in the red pill that I believe, right? Stay in your frame. Don't give a fuck. I mean, be indifferent to pretty much everything in your life, right? Don't be tied to something, right? The only thing that I'm tied to is, of course, my mom, my faith, Einstein, and the people that really care about me. People come into my life all the time and they say, "Oh, Rich, you're a great guy. We love you. Oh, awesome. You're our best friend." And this, I don't believe any of that shit, man. You know what? Shut the fuck up and show me. That's the way I feel, guys. And that's just the way I'm gonna roll. So that's what I got out of the red pill. And that's what I believe out of the red pill. I'm not trying to be an asshole to anybody. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody, right? By any means. But the point is that I am staying within my frame and I am not going to let anybody knock me off what I feel is the right thing to do. Everybody's going to have their narrative. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, right? I am not going to be that person. I'm not going to listen to anybody else. I am going to do what I want to do and be happy. I mean, Jesus, look at the smile on this fucking face. You know what? It's not going to be any different. I went out on a date I don't know, it was last year in October-ish, something, right? I asked out this girl. I liked her. I thought I thought she could add value to my life. Let's put it that way. She's a good-looking girl. I mean, had all that, but when I went out with her, she had an agenda. You know what I mean? She wanted to have kids. She wanted to get married, and I'm just like, she didn't think this shit out. I'm in a position where I could get married. I make enough money. I got my job. I got a career. I have a house. I'm established. I got everything settled, right? Nothing against groomers. I mean, she loved what she did. So I respected that about her, right? But are you in a position where you can have a child? You know how expensive a fucking child is, man? 300 grand. 400 if you factor in college. 425,000 from the time that they're 18 till or from the time that they're born till they graduate from college. Fuck that. Do you have 400 grand laying around? I don't think so. And wouldn't you rather have that as far as retirement? I mean, kids are a wonderful thing, man. Don't get me wrong, right? But they're a lot of heartache too. And when I say that, what I mean by that is there are a lot of responsibilities because you have to really work and spend a lot of time with your children so that they don't go down a wrong path. My mom spent a lot of time with me, and she made sure that I didn't go down that negative path. And she put values in me that stick with me to this day so that I never went off that path. I mean, I hung around a lot of knuckleheads that used to sell drugs, but I was always this sports guy that used to play sport. I mean, I wrestled, I played football, I played baseball. I loved doing that. They respected it, so they would leave me alone. I'd hang out with them, but I wouldn't do the knucklehead shit they did. I dabbled when I was in college, to pay for my college and shit. But, I learned from it, And my mom was really strict with me. So she made sure that I didn't go down that path that I could have very easily gone down. Because I hung out with a lot of the guys in the Vadio and just a lot of knuckleheads, man. They were fun to hang out with, but they just didn't make the right decisions in life, and I did, So that's the thing, right? That's the thing that you have to think about your life and yourself in a different perspective, and I'm going to give you that perspective, right? You have to become the person that you want to be, right? Picture a person, picture somebody that you want to be like, right? Whether it be an actor, whatever, right? I like LL Cool J. I've always liked LL Cool J. I read his biography. I have a lot of respect for the guy. He's a good dude. He's a good individual, and he's very driven. You know what I mean? And that sort of thing. I like Joe Manganiello, right? He's very disciplined in his physique, right? I don't know much about him, but he wrote a book. He's done a lot of similar things that LL Cool J has, right? So I always wanted that kind of body. I always want to take care of myself and look a certain way, right? I eat right, exercise, that sort of thing. And that's why I look the way I do at 50 years old, right? I don't have a lot of gray hair. I have some gray hair. You can't see it probably, but the thing is, and I don't color my hair, right? But if I let my beard grow, man, I'm super white, man. I look like Santa Claus. So, but the thing is that I eat right. I take care of myself. I do the right things. And that's, I've designed my life to become the person that I've always wanted to become. I wanted to be healthy and strong at 50 years old, right? And that's what I became. I wanted to be an engineer, right? I wanted to have a good, lucrative career that I could be proud of. And that's exactly what I did, right? So I had the vision, and I figured out a path on how to get there. And that's what you need to take away. And that's what I love about the red pill, because if you take it away, right, and you take out the bits and pieces and read Rich Cooper's book and read Corey Wayne's book, those are the pieces that you get. Number one is become the person that you want to become, right? And own that shit. Because if you become that person, you're going to have a shit ton of confidence, and your confidence is going to be oozing out of you, right? And you're just going to attract people, right? Become the person that you want to attract, right? And I'll give you a short story. I've always been this person that's just sports oriented, you know what I mean? Martial arts, that sort of thing. I've just always been that guy. But that's me, right? That's always been me. So I started going to the gym after the pandemic. And when I go to the gym, I don't talk to anybody, man. I just go into the gym and I do my fucking thing, and that's it. That's all there is to it. I go do my workout. I'm not there for happy hour. I don't give a fuck who's around me. I pay attention to people that are around me because I don't want to get jacked in the car in the parking lot and shit like that. So I'm always aware of my surroundings, but I don't give a fuck about anybody in there. You know what I mean? But then people slowly started coming up to me and asking me about my workout and about what I do and that sort of thing. And guys, if you beat to your own drum, you're going to attract people because you put that vibe out there. You know what I mean? You're going to attract friends like that. You're going to attract, people at work, right? When I go to work, when I go into a meeting room or whatever the fuck, I got the biggest dick in the room. And people know that, right? Because I know the most. I'm always going to, but see, I go by that philosophy that my mentor taught me, right? You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So you should always listen twice as much as you speak, right? So I listen, but then when I have something to say, it's value added. So, I try, be value added is what I'm trying to say, right? When you go out into the world, become the person that you want to become and be value added to those individuals around you. Right? And people are going to see that. You're going to put out that vibe and people are going to come to you. If you are that person, you're never going to have to really go up to women. Or if you do go up to women, you're not going to get rejected because you put out the vibe that you're confident, that you really don't give a shit what they think about you. But, you like them. And that's all there is to it. See, I'm in a position right now where I'm 50 years old, right? And, do I want to meet another 50-year-old? Fuck no. They don't look like me, right? So I got to date younger than me, right? And I'm okay with that. But they got to add value to my life. It's much more than a pretty face. It's much more than a nice body, all that sort of thing. We got to have shit in common. We got to be able to have conversations, right? I mean, what are you doing in your life? Do you have goals? Do you have, all this shit, right? That's the kind of shit that I look for, man. That's the kind of shit that I need in my life, So, but I can demand, I don't want to say demand that, but I'm putting that vibe out there, right? I'm confident in myself. I love the guy that I see every day in the mirror. So I'm going to put that vibe out there. And whatever comes, comes. You know what I mean? And that's just the way I feel about it. Do I want to get married? Do I want to have kids? Do I want to do it? No, I really don't. I don't see the value in it anymore. And I'll talk about that in a later video or whatever. But, I'm putting that vibe out there. And I'll meet who I want to meet. And it's all good. It's all good. It's all gravy. You know what I mean? And that's just the way I think about it. As long as I'm happy in my life and everything's good in my life, Everything else is gravy. You know, get your finances right. Become the person that you want to be. Lift and work out and become shredded. Whatever the fuck you want to be, right? But if you're confident and you're happy in that life, then everything else is gravy. And that's essentially the red pill. And that's what I got out of the red pill. Okay? That's how I put it in context to my life. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in the future videos, you know. But overall, I'm extremely happy in my life now. Back when I was doing the videos, I wasn't as happy. I was getting there. But I'm at a point now where I'm extremely happy in my life. And I wake up every single day, and every day is a blessing. And I wanted to get there. I'm still work in progress. Don't get me wrong, right? And I'm going to share that journey with you. And I'll talk a little bit more about that journey. But the thing is that I am exactly who I want to be. I'm thankful for everything that I have and everything that I am. And I'm thankful for the people that are in my life because they all add value to my life. And that's what I want you to get out of this channel. That's what I want you to get out of the red pill and Corey Wayne stuff. And that's what I'm going to be promoting on my channel from this point on. Okay? I still believe in the shit that I talked about before, but it's got a different spin on it. And it's more me. It's more personalized. So I really hope you get something out of this. Really want to help you guys. Hey, reach out to me if you want to get help. Email me. I'm more than happy to help any way I can. Guys, I'm here because I'm not going to have kids anymore. I have all this knowledge. I've become wise in my older age. And I want to share that with you guys and hopefully help you guys and not fall down rabbit holes that I've fallen down for years. You know what I mean? And because I didn't have a dad that taught me what I needed to know. So I care, guys. I really care. I'm worried about everybody out there that's going through what I went through. And I know there's a ton of men that are going through it. You know, a lot of men don't know how to be men, and I want to teach you. I want you guys to be successful in life, in love, in the workforce, in everything that you guys do. And I really care. All right? All right, guys. I'm back, and I promise I'll be releasing videos. I'm going to try to set up a schedule where I release on certain days, so I'll figure that out, and I'll let you guys know. Reach out if you want help, or if you want any type of answers or anything. I'm more than happy to help. And I'll talk to you soon. Later.